have Kang the Conqueror introduced in an Ant-Man movie, an Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. I was a kid who grew up reading Marvel Comics, and I always loved Kang the Conqueror. I love the idea, as you said, that Ant-Man, again, is kind of the most unlikely Avenger. He's just a normal guy with no real superpowers. He's not a brilliant scientist or a billionaire. He's just, an ordinary person. So we loved the idea, as we were formulating this movie, of putting that sort of everyman Avenger up against the most powerful antagonist in the multiverse. That seemed like a really, really rich drama. And as you said, in the comics, Kang has dominion over time. And Scott Lang's whole goal in all three of the Ant-Man movies was to have more time with his daughter. And as a result of, the events of Endgame and the blip, he lost another 5 years with his daughter. Cassie Lang is now 18 years old in this movie. And we have a lot of fun and drama with the idea of Scott trying to relate to his daughter, who is no longer a little girl, she's a young woman. I think one of the things that we wanted to do with this third one is sort of shake Ant-Man up a little bit and take him out of his comfort zone and really put him up against an incredibly formidable antagonist. So it was fun to sort of take his lighthearted energy and put him up against Kang the Conqueror, who, I'm not saying Kang the Conqueror doesn't have a sense of humor, but Kang is a character who, he doesn't live in a straight line. And a big part of his character is, the least amount of energy expended. He's a very, very clear character. If he says something, he means it. If he says something, you better listen to it. So to put those two energies up against each other, struck us as something really, really dramatic. And I think it's safe to say that Scott and Hope and the rest of the Pyms and Van Dynes have some things in store for them in this movie that go far beyond anything they've experienced before. Well, Thanos and Kang are both very, very powerful villains in the MCU. The thing that's unique about Kang is that, we're dealing with Kang the Conqueror, who's the sort of most feared variant of all the Kang variants. But there are multiple Kangs. In the comic books, there are hundreds, if not thousands of Kangs. So you have a villain who's not only battling our heroes, but he's also battling himself, because those different Kangs, those different Kang variants, have very different worldviews and very different motivations of what they want throughout the multiverse. And that struck us as a very, very interesting villain to kick off Phase 5 in the Marvel Universe. That's right, because there's not really just one of him. We've experienced in season 1 of Loki, Jonathan Majors, who plays Kang the Conqueror in our movie, he played a character in that called He Who Remains. And He Who Remains is not Kang the Conqueror. They're very different people, but they're variants of each other. And, He Who Remains sort of spoke of what might happen with this sense of dread. And in Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, we're going to show you sort of what he was talking about. We're going to show you the person that he dreaded. And he is a very scary, powerful villain. And he has a unique relationship to the quantum realm, where most of our movie takes place. The quantum realm means something very different to Kang the Conqueror than it does to Scott Lang and Hope Van Dyne and the rest of our heroes.